What's up, guys? It's Morphious with another video logging into the Classic Era servers on Saturday night to show you guys what the servers are like. They're always popping, man, but particularly popping on the weekends. You know how it goes. So for those that don't know, what is Classic Era? Classic Era are official Blizzard Classic Vanilla servers, meaning we cap at level 60, Phase 6, which is Naxxramas. These are the exact same servers that we played on before TBC Classic came out. They still exist, they never went anywhere. People just continue to play on them, and over time they have continued to grow and grow and grow, and they have not stopped growing. Blizzard has continued to put out other versions of the game. People keep coming back to Classic Era because it's Classic Vanilla, what we always wanted. Let's check out the auction house. 3 gold for Major Mana Potion, 200 gold for Flask of Distilled Wisdom. That's the exact same price that I used to pay on Bigglesworth before Classic TBC came out. Petrie's expensive because people don't like dying in World PvP. Flask of Supreme Power, just a little bit more expensive. It used to be about 150 to 175. And if you look at the overall number of items on the auction house, we generally sit at about 50,000, and that's the same for both Horde and Alliance. Also, I would like to say I am going to show the Horde side as well in just a moment. But I mean, look at this, man. Pretty much anywhere you go in Classic Era, it's going to be pretty popping. And why is that? That's because, check out all these players dueling out front in Stormwind. Shout out to Drabronis. Why is that? We have multiple servers combined into one, and it's a single layer. So what does that mean? That means that all the players are playing on the same server on the same layer, which is awesome. It means we're all pushed together in this massive community. Let's check out the Horde side on my Horde Spy. Again, it's generally about the same. There's slightly more Alliance players, but for the most part, the population is generally considered 60-40, slightly in favor of Alliance. But the Horde side has continued to grow a lot, and it's honestly getting closer and closer to 50-50 every day. So once again, let's look at the total items on the auction house. Always a good indicator of economy. 42,000, and that goes up or down. They get pretty close to 50,000 as well. World PvP's poppin', man. There's always good world PvP going on, especially recently. You know, we've had kind of griefing guilds like Wood Department come back from Seasons of Discovery, which can be toxic, but also it can be a bit fun when you have these large groups trying to counter raids, and then because of that, it forces the raids to try to have to counter them back. So you kind of have this organization of multiple 40-man raid groups all coming together and clashing so that people continue to raid. We also have a lot of fun battlegrounds action, and the world PvP isn't always just these big stomps. You get a lot of little fights here and there. You can pretty much go anywhere and find some action if you're really looking for it. So that's personally what I love about Classic Era. If you guys watch my channel, you know I'm here for the PvP. But raids are certainly popping too, man. Every single day, every raid is getting run. ZG, Molten Core, Blackwing Lair, AQ40, AQ40, Naxxramas. They're getting run every single day, multiple times by multiple guilds. There are both soft res and GDKP. I know a lot of people that don't play Classic Era complain about GDKP. They feel like everything is GDKP. While it is the predominant raiding style in Classic Era, there are a ton of soft res runs. There's an entire Discord that is dedicated to showing. It's called Whitemane Community Town Hall, and the entire Discord, the whole point of it is to list all of the different guilds that do soft reserve runs. And I mean, it's like 20 plus. Once again, you've got a run going every single day. And GDKPs, man, are not that bad. As someone who used to really not like GDKPs, I talked trash on GDKPs on this channel before. Now I have done them plenty of times on Classic Era. I'm very comfortable with them. And I gotta say, man, it is not a bad system. Basically how it goes is I walk away with gear, gold, or both. I never walk away empty-handed, which I really appreciate. As someone that's kind of close to full bis, you don't run raids over and over and over again hoping to get something and you walk away with nothing. No, you get a significant amount of gold, and that covers all of your consumes for multiple weeks just from one raid. So because of that, I never have to worry about the cost of consumes, and generally don't have to worry about money at all, which is pretty awesome. And then when something does drop, boom, you've got plenty of gold and you're able to get it. I started Classic Era with no gold, and now I have enough to, if anything drops, I'm very comfortable with being able to try to get that item. It's hardly ever have I gone into a raid and something that I wanted dropped and I wasn't able to get that item. And then once again, when nothing drops, you get gold. So I never have to farm for resources, which is pretty awesome. For low levels, you get to farm the resources and we pay quite a bit of money for it. So newer low levels coming in who are just kind of leveling up their professions, that stuff sells for pretty good money. So by the time you're level 60, you're good for your epic mount, and you're good. You know, you have a generally quite a bit of a base higher amount of money than I ever did anytime I started. I got a character to level 60 back in the day. So that's pretty nice. There's quite a few people leveling too, man. I personally don't level, so I really never show that side of it. But honestly, there are new players leveling all the time. And there are also lots of good players that are constantly leveling alts. A lot of players here have multiple alts, and so those are getting leveled. But if you run around the leveling zone, man, there are plenty of people leveling. It is not all maxed out level 60s. Now, certainly there are a lot of maxed out level 60s, and there are a lot of super sweaty players. But that's part of what makes the game fun, is there's this really high skill level of players that have been playing for, you know, almost 20 years at this point, that have an intense amount of knowledge about the game. So personally, I always like that there's always someone better than me. You're never going to be the best. There's always someone better on these servers. Because you got a lot of sweaty players. You also have a ton of casual players. And honestly, Classic Era is a very good game to be casual on. Once you're level 60 and you get your bis gear, it stays bis. You don't have to worry about dailies. You don't have to worry about constantly keeping up with progression. So personally, I honestly think Classic Era is both this really good mix of being a game that's very good for casual players, and it's also very good for sweaty players. Alright guys, that's my piece. Hope you guys liked the video. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, check out the channel. Got lots of Druid PvP content from Classic Era, Seasons of Discovery, TBC, and Wrath of Lich King. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.